found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract.
He's heating up!
Contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Diet culture, diet culture, diet culture. That's all I see. And capitalism.
What's up, bro?
It is man.
Biatch.
So toxic.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck is that?
Fat phobia.
Yo, no, whoa. Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole North.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 23 Hundo and 39 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, Beesh, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yellow hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 for flexing on all your
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam. Happy Swole Slut Saturday. It is officially the kickoff of Fuck Your Resolution season, and we know that it's coming up real. It's coming up fast. It's coming up fast. We start October 1st every single year. It's officially Fuck Your Resolution season. Let's get a round of applause. Hashtag FYR. Golf clap, I suppose. I can't believe we're back in Fuck Your Resolution season. I feel like we just left, but you know, it is what it is. This is the beginning of Swoletober. Obviously, people are going to be gearing up for Halloween for 30 days, and then immediately after, just completely forget that it even exists and go right into stuffing face for Thanksgiving and Christmas. This is the beginning. October 1st is the beginning. This is the day. This is the start of the fucking insanity. Okay? This is the start of the season that everyone uses as an excuse to stay fucking fat, to stay fucking lazy, to stay the same, to do whatever they want. Anything instant gratification oriented is happening right now because, well, it's Halloween. Because, oh, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, and it's a Christmas. Oh, and perfect excuses. Perfect time for fucking excuses.
Stop whining.
Perfect time for excuses. But here's the thing. The sun's rising and setting. It's just another fucking day. It's just another day. And it's important to recognize that. Nothing's different from yesterday to today, except that we're closer to some artificial excuse days. That's what holidays have turned into. Doesn't mean you can't celebrate. Doesn't mean you can't, dress up or put on a fucking costume, or you can't, for Thanksgiving, enjoy a meal with your family and friends. That has nothing to do with trashing yourself. It has nothing to do with destroying yourself. And the problem is people do this all year round. And then they use this as an extra excuse to go even deeper. It's like an alcoholic. You drink all the time. 6 beers or 6 drinks doesn't do it for you anymore. Then you need 12. Then you need 14. Then you need a whole fucking bottle. People are trashing their health all year round. So in order to get that high from stuffing face, you have to go extra. And then it just keeps on snowballing. And people wonder why they gain 10, 20 pounds, 30 pounds every fucking year. I wonder why. Maybe because every year you just have stacked days and sequences around the year in which you just continuously stuff more than you normally stuff. Anyway, this is the start of Fuck Your Resolution. So make sure you are recognizing that. And of course, you can get your Fuck Your Resolutions apparel over there at papaswolio.com. But we're going to get into the shit today right now. By the way, yesterday we had an amazing overtime segment. Fam, how many of you were there for overtime? That's available now inside Swole TV for members, so you can join over there at swolenormousx.com and check out yesterday's overtime segment. That's available now. But let's get into the tip. Let's see a little Rufus. Let's get into today's show. We got a stacked show. We got a lot of stuff to go over. And we got a bunch of announcements that we'll get into when we get into the tip. So first off, let's bust the nut open. Let's say hi to the Swole fam first. We got Annika watching live. We got Lupe, Cerny, Nancy. How we doing? Ana Luisa. What's up, Becca? How we doing? Ooh, my steel clubs are arriving today. Very nice. Very nice. Cheers. What'd you get? Tell us what you got. Eric, how we doing? Frank. What's up, Frank? Tim. Let's see. Karen, Danny. What's up, Brennan, Glenna? Everyone's here. Logan, Super Sweet, Megan, Midnight Rider, Tobias, Cooper, Shannon. Everyone's here. All right, let's get into it. Are you ready, Beesh? Summon the Falcon, and let's have an amazing show. We got some awesome Swole fan posts. We got a ton of questions for APS. And, of course, we're going to go balls deep like never before. We just keep on going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Falcon. That's a beast of a fucking card. Look at that card. Hashtag FYR. Fuck your resolutions. Hashtag FYR. Hashtag FYR. Fuck your resolutions. I do not recommend that you write the whole thing out because you might get blocked, you might get banned, you might get flagged. So hashtag FYR will do it just fine. That's a beautiful card. Fuck your resolutions. Oh my goodness. What a fucking card. What an absolutely beautiful Tess Hornaday. You're looking good. You're looking real good. Fam, let's get into that tip. Spit on it. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Yes. Ooh, that'd be a good card. Quinn, the dick draft. I know. If you missed yesterday's episode 2338, go check out. That should be a new shirt. What a great rant. The dick draft. That's right. We need a bunch of incels. We need a bunch of men that are willing to sacrifice and lay it all on the line for these purple-haired lunatics. We need to dick these woke feminazis back into logic and common sense. We need to literally inject some common sense into people. You get it? The dick draft. We need it. We are in dire need of a dick draft. We need to unite this country. I think that's the only way that we can do it, man. I think it's the only way we can do it. If that sounds weird or absolutely hysterical, I would make sure you go and listen to yesterday's episode. And the Muscle Maestro, the Maestro of Muscle. Yeah, that's a new shirt coming. We'll get the Maestro of Muscle. Absolutely. All right, let's get into some Swole fan posts. Who knows what's going to happen today? We're just getting started. Yeah, take one for the team. That's right. Taking one for the team. The dick draft, taking one for the team. I don't know how we're going to get that across. How are we going to get that message across on a shirt? We're going to show like an eggplant and like a septum piercing or something like that, or have like a the line through it, like a no entry, but like, just say no to septum piercings, which we should. Annie from the Swole Fam discussion boards on Swolenormous X under pillar number 1 community. Annie writes, first of all, I have been doing the 90-day dash and I love the different movements and how they hit muscles I have been neglecting. I did a food sensitivity blood test. On a scale of low, moderate, and heavy, I am moderately sensitive to whey protein. I have major issues with chronic inflammation in my lower back from having 3 large babies and want to get it under control. I like to start my day with a large amount of protein and usually in the form of a protein shake because with 3 kids, I need something quick. However, now I think I might have to cut that out because of the whey. Do you think I should cut out whey since the test said I'm moderately sensitive? And if so, what proteins do you think are the best to lower inflammation and easily accessible and on the go ready? So it's a good question. Usually we talked about allergy tests and food sensitivity blood tests are kind of nonsensical. You have to really test this yourself. A lot of people have issues with whey, especially whey concentrate. If you get a grass-fed whey isolate, that's the best approach. But a lot of these things have like soy lecithin and sunflower lecithin and, these things that keep them more powdery and separated so they don't congeal and stuff. I would also recommend looking into, you can go to realmilk.com and check out raw milk. So a lot of people that have issues with processed dairy don't with raw dairy. So I would look into that because then you're getting tons of complete proteins as well as fat. And that's a good option as well. Or like you said, you need something accessible and on the go ready. That's just preparation. You're preparing food. You're preparing red meat. You can eat steak in the morning. It's usually better to eat protein. Your body will digest things like meat better earlier in the day. So you can just prepare it the night before, or the day before, or when you cook more in bulk. And one of my favorite things is cold steak. I love cold steak. I love cold steak. It's like roast beef. You just cut it thin or not thin, but nothing like a cold I love a cold ribeye. I really do. I think I might even like it better than hot steak. I just fucking love. So anyway, you can check that out. Okay, so it's easy. You just finger food. You just pop boom, right in. Or you can make some grass-fed beef jerky. But at the same time, beef jerky is great, but at the same time, you have to be careful because it's dehydrating, so you need to hydrate a lot. So if you are running around, I would just make sure that you're cooking something more in bulk. And then you can, boom, have it ready, put in Tupperwares and things like that. So if you can't do it often, I'm sure you can make time or put aside time to cook, a little bit more when you do cook and you can have it prepared. but I love cold steak. So just some ideas, but raw milk, realmilk.com. And if you type in your address or your zip code, whatever it is, and there's different sites like that, you can also get it shipped to you in a lot of places. You could just type in buy raw milk. So you can go to realmilk.com and it'll give you places in your area or closest to you that sell raw milk. So you can go and check that out. All right. Nick. Oh, goodness. Nick, I haven't been to the gym yet, fam. My girlfriend and I ordered out for sushi and it fucked me up. Ooh. At 4 a.m. this morning, an hour of off and on shitting. I think I'm never going to have sushi again. So remember I told you this, Nick. You probably heard that. I've said it a couple times. The last time I had sushi, I literally had the explosive poo for half an hour. It just blew it out my butthole and then it was fine. I haven't had sushi again since. I haven't had sushi since that day. I just don't have any desire for it. I just think I'm just scarred. It's PTSD. All right. We got a post here from Danny. Crushing it as always. Danny has been a longtime member of the fam. Smashing Pull Alpha today. Hashtag Swole Slut. Hashtag go to the fucking gym and Swole fam for life. Not only is he crushing it, he's wearing the greatest apparel in the realm. Look at that go to the fucking gym tee. I love it, dude.
A fucking 10.
I love it. I love it. Looking lean. Black is a slimming color. Looking good, bro. Looking good. Looking nice and ripped. I like it. Awesome shirt, bro. Thanks for posting and keep on crushing it, D-Bones. All right, we got a post here from the Swole Fam Discord from, we got a slash in the name. We got a slash name, Haved / Zijo. Xiggo. Zijo? Zigo. My name is Zigo, the Carpathian. It was Vigo, but a little Ghostbusters 2 reference. Hello, my name is Haved, 33 years old from the Netherlands. Used to go to the gym a lot, but then I started slacking. God damn it. Now in 2022, some random man pops on my phone telling me to go to the gym. That's me. That's fucking me. And it actually worked. See it? I knew it. I got you, bro. I got you. Hope to start soon the 90-day dash program. I will be traveling to India, and I don't think I will have good access to nutritious food. More likely, human waste fed beef. Do they eat beef in India, or is that just certain areas where like the cow is sacred? I'm not an India expert. Hope this program helps me lose weight and gain some muscles. It certainly will help you lose fat and build muscle, of course, if the nutrition, the sleep, and all 7 pillars are on point. So make sure you are following the 7 pillars and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for joining the fam, and thank you for commenting and giving us a little background. I don't know if any of you have any experience being in India, but I do know that a lot of people go to India and they pee out of both holes, or so I've heard. We got a post here from the Swole Fam discussion board. Brand new member, Chris, Kris. What's up, y'all? My name's Chris. I'm 28 years old and I have a baby on the way with my fiance, Grace. I've always loved health and fitness, but suck at researching and learning. I'm excited to be here and bring up my family's health to a whole new standard. That is what I like to fucking hear. Welcome to the fam, Chris. And the good thing about Swolenormous X is that you have to learn. You do have to learn. And I don't think you suck at learning. I just think it's hard to acquire. It's hard to know what to learn. And I think that's where a lot of people get hung up, is that you don't want to absorb information that sucks. So you kind of just, everything goes surface level and you're like, oh, you hear things and you just don't really go all in on any one area. So the researching, don't need to do it. We have all the information that you need in order to start applying the 7 pillars. So that's what Swolenormous X does. If any of you are listening or haven't joined yet, that's what Swolenormous X does. It gives you all the tools to annihilate all 7 of your pillars every day. Of course, it's up to you to do them, but you don't have to research. We have the meditation and the Brain Gains meditation section. We have your community, obviously the Swole Fam. Nothing's greater than the Swole Fam. We have all your nutrition in terms of thousands of recipes, elimination diet, meal prepping, all that stuff inside the kitchen. We have the training with the programs, 90-day dash, Swole Mastery, Swole Season, Scorched Earth, plus all the workout archive, the Swollen Sevens. We got your recovery when it comes to, obviously, sleep, hydration, all those proper approaches. And of course, with your proper program periodization, you're getting active recovery with your mobility as well as your mindfulness. Like we talked about the brain gain. So you're getting your yoga classes and your Swolga. So everything we have for you. So you are in the right place, Chris. Welcome to the Swole fam. Stoked to have you. Stoked to have you. Let's fucking get after it.
I don't know how to put
Chris in the
this,
house.
but
telling you,
I'm kind of a big deal.
Probably nothing more inspirational than having a child and having to be healthy and lead by example, and you want to be around and strong and protect them. You know, you need to be chasing after it. You need to be chasing after your child. You got to be strong, and you want to lead by example. You want them to see you doing it. You can't be a hypocrite. All right, Wolf. We'll just call you Wolf. You got that like little BS German thing going on there. Good morning, all. I am Rob. Why didn't you just say Rob? Why didn't you say Rob? Make it so much easier. Good morning, all. My name is Rob. I am 49 years old and feel like I am 70. For most of my teenage life, I was a skinny, unathletic kid. Started martial arts at that time. I was a hard gainer for so long, and then I hit 35, and it all slowed down. Health issues crept in like a thief in the night. High blood pressure, borderline diabetic, joint and back issues, and not to mention still non-athletic. And with the proverbial dad bod, I want out. I need focus, determination, and to hold my feet to the fire. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the fam. We might have introduced you. Sometimes we do a double because you post in the Discord or you post in the Facebook group. But welcome if it's again. Welcome again, Rob. If it's the first time you read your post, welcome. And I love the background. You could feel this post. I'm 49 years old, feel like I'm 70. There's one thing that you can't do. You can't turn back your age chronologically, but you can biologically. So it's time to get on that. High blood pressure, diabetes. This is going to come from proper nutrition. Got to reset that shit, and let's get you back on this. Let's get you on the swole bod train. Let's get you on the swole bod train. Let's fucking get after it.
Yeah.
All right, awesome post. Yeah. Welcome, everyone that's new to the fam. All right, you sexy Beeshes. Let's take some questions. If you got questions, drop in the comments down below. Remember, all those posts were from inside the Swole fam. So if you want to join the fam, head on over to swolenormansex.com and join the fam today. Before we get into further, I was going to talk about this earlier, but we didn't in the tips. So we're doing this in the Knowledge Cock portion. Tomorrow is Sunday Fun Day Q&A-ness, the Red, White, and Swole Sunday Fun Day Q&A-ness, world famous. Ask Papa Swole live tomorrow, the 2nd of Swoletober. So we will see you there, and it'll be done tomorrow morning. So make sure that you are ready for that. We'll see you then. Also, Monday, October the 3rd, I should say Swoletober the 3rd, at 12 noon, we have our weekly accountability meeting. So Monday's episodes are private. So make sure you join the fam today and get access to all private live streams. 12 noon Eastern time, brand new releases. And of course, we will go over awesome Swole fan posts with a private member Q&A. Answer all those questions. And of course, I wanted to show all these here. We got some brand new apparel drops. We got Back to the Fucking Gym. I'm just going to scroll through if you're watching. Use code DailySwole for 10% off. We do have the I Want You to Be Swole. Okay, these were released like a month or two ago. We have the Swole pronouns, he swole and she swole. We got the Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice. It is October. And by the way, Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice, these designs disappear. You will not see Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice until next year. At the end of October. So through the 31st, you can get your Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice. So if you haven't jumped on the Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice apparel, this month is the only month and it's gone. Don't forget, there's also Swole Hub. There's Swole Pilled. There's so many designs over there. Swoleopoly, the greatest game never made. The game of gains. Go and play some Swoleopoly right now. And of course, Swoler things. That's all we got. So use code DailySwole for 10% off and check out all the apparel over there at papaswolio.com. All those links in the show notes down below. Let's take a question. We'll take a first one from Tyler. Papa Swole, how many milligrams of caffeine does an adult body require? How much is too much caffeine? The adult body requires 0. It requires 0 caffeine. How much is too much caffeine? There's a good argument to be made that any caffeine is too much. But I just have a little bit of coffee and that's it. I mean, it's so common for people the pre-workout game and the supplement industry is so big. People think that it's required or it's necessary or that you should be taking one. And you really shouldn't if you don't need one. You just if you want a little boost, that's fine. Caffeine, in my opinion, is like a performance enhancing. supplement, but it's definitely not required. And if you're taking some of these other pre-workouts or a monster drink or these Bang Energy, you're getting hundreds of milligrams of caffeine, and it's way too much. Not to mention, if you're drinking coffee, you're getting caffeine, you need to stop drinking it probably by like 11 o'clock, 12 at the latest. If you want to go to sleep at like 9 or 10 o'clock, you should be stopping caffeine consumption like probably around 10 hours before you're expecting to go to sleep. Yeah, I would not be doing high levels of caffeine. I used to drink coffee in the afternoon and evening. No wonder I wasn't sleeping well. I've been there. Rihanna, how do we get Mr. more on board with the fam? He wanted me to share the YouTube so he can subscribe. He loves that you called him out on the taint length matters yesterday. Well, his taint matters. And you're not going to find a lot of people. You're not going to find a lot of podcasts that care about your taint. You really are. You're not going to find. How many communities out there care about your taint? How many can say that? How many podcasts and communities can say that they put your taint first? That's why we're going Papa Swolio 2024, baby. Papa Swolio 2024. I care about your taint. Your taint matters to me. We put your taint first. How can we get Mr. on board the fam? You can join the fam. Super stoked to have him. Yeah, if you have any questions about memberships and stuff, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Super stoked to have the Mr. Should we have him, like, is his name, like his screen name going to be like Mr. Rihanna coming into the show? Welcome, welcome. Right now, he's getting swole vicariously through you. It's time to make it official. Tobias, Papa Swolio, I like the blood off my plate when I am done. Am I wrong? I'm going to need you to specify what kind of blood you're talking about here. Don't be licking panty liners or things like that. I know that's gross. I know it sounds
fucking
gross.
bullshit.
All right. I like the blood. You mean like for the steak? Are you wrong? No, you're not wrong. I'm assuming you're talking about, I don't know why you'd be putting period blood on a plate. This just got out of hand fast. This did not have to happen.
Inconceivable!
I don't know why that. Let's just move on. Let's move on. It's a family-friendly show. Tim, Papa Swolio, do you believe in ibuprofen? Feels like I need it while rehabbing a separated shoulder. Do I believe in it? I mean, I believe it exists. Do I take it? I would avoid, personally, I avoid that like the plague. It just fucks up your gut. And it inhibits your stomach secretions, which actually can wear away your gut lining, but it also destroys your gut microbiome. I avoid ibuprofen. 1,000%. Oh, scratching. Rehabbing a separated shoulder. Yeah, I mean, ice and proper nutrition is really important. I personally avoid that just because it's really bad for your gut. And personally, I think it's good. I think the body needs to feel pain, especially things like that. I mean, if you have major fucking trauma, like there's limits, I think, depending. And if you have major trauma, there's other things that you need to, that go number one. But it's your body's feedback mechanism. And this goes to like strained muscles and things like that. People that take anti-inflammatories like that, not only are you jacking up your gut, but you're also interrupting your body's feedback mechanisms, and you don't really know, you're not getting the proper information as to like what your current situation is. So a lot of people take and they pop pills and then they push themselves harder than they should, and they actually make the problems worse. Second Gen Master, Papa Swolio, steel mace or steel club for someone who's never used both? I personally would recommend club. Start very, very light. And again, we can't answer this question enough because it's very important to understand that you need to start very, very light. You're going to put in hundreds of hours with lighter clubs and a lot of repetitions, a lot of frequency, but very, very low weights. You need to build up slowly. Okay. This is not something I did it. I made that mistake myself and I hurt my elbow when I was doing mace. I started going really heavy. I started getting into like, oh, cool, single arm mace. And then I went to like doing a 30-pound, single arm, and I felt a little like crunch or like a little yank because my form wasn't perfect yet, and that it takes a lot longer for tendons and ligaments to build up. So you have to go it takes months and years. It takes a long time to build up. You really need to be extremely proficient. But the thing is, the benefits of it, you'll get a lot more benefit. You don't have to go super heavy. I have really heavy maces and clubs, but I don't always use them. But I do clubs and I do these types of things. I use my Persian meals, and I use the joris, and I use the lighter maces and the lighter clubs, but I use them pretty much every day when I'm warming up because it's beautiful to go outside. It's meditative. I'll grab the light mace, the 8 or the 10 pounder, and I'll just swing. So I do that very, very frequently. So frequent light work is totally fine. You'll build up to that pretty quickly. But then going heavier, I go heavier less consistently. I'm much smarter about it. I'd rather go lighter and do it more frequently than go heavier and then have to take a couple days off. So I do go heavy, but I don't do a ton of volume with it, and I give larger breaks between. So like at a low level, I'm constantly doing lower weights more frequently for more longer repetitions. And then every once in a while, and then I'll kind of like peak, and I'll go a couple days and I'll be like, oh, I feel really good. So I'll go heavier. And then I'm not going to go and grab super heavy maces or super heavy clubs every day. It's like weights. If you go lighter, you can do it. If you train less volume or lighter weight, you could do it more frequently. But that's not as effective as going heavier for weights, right? So it's more important for lifting weights when it comes to the muscles. You're getting a lot more stress on the muscles when you're doing standard like lifting and standard strength training. When you do mobility exercises like the clubs or the maces or just full range of motion, like actual mobility training, and you all know that if you're doing Jefferson curls or things like that, you need to go a lot lighter, and it's better to do more repetitions, better to do more volume, but lower weight and more frequently than it is to go super, super fucking heavy. Just the intensity shouldn't be all the time. So it's better to, and people dramatically underestimate the skill and the form. It's very important. But I would recommend doing club first. And the good thing about the club is that if you're using like a 5-pound club or a 3-pound club or a 2-pound club, it's very close, like the torque. You're not getting as much torque because the weight is closer to your hand. When you have a mace, there's more room for error because even if you have a 5 or a 10 or 15-pound mace, there's a lot of inconsistency. So I don't agree that people should be using a mace to start with. If you have a choice, and if you're going to get into both, you'll benefit more from doing club first and then getting into a mace. But there's nothing wrong with getting into a mace as well. But the steel club is a great primer. You can do it. You can start with the mace. But looking back on it, I think it's better to start with the club. Because you don't have the torque. Because if you have a 10-pound mace, there's just, a little bit of an error because of the torque, because of the lever arm. It's just going to be more magnified, the outcome. And you have much more of a chance of hitting yourself if you don't have that kind of skill and coordination. You can hit yourself in the leg or do these things. I mean, I'm fortunate to not have really major issues like that. I've clipped it. I hit myself in the knee once, but it was with the wood, very light mace. If I did it with the metal one, I would have broken my fucking knee for sure. I would have destroyed my knee. It was like right on the side. It was like right on the left. Right, there's no meat there, right on the side of the knee. But it was the 8-pound wood mace. It was like, clunk. Oh, it hurt so fucking much, but it was like only one time. Anyway. All right, let's get into, let's take a call. Let's go with this one from Luca. Luca, you are live on the greatest mancast in the realm.
What's your workout plan when you go to the gym? So like day 1, day 2, day 3, is day 1 like the push day, and then day 2 is pull day, etc.?
I don't really have something set in stone. A lot of times I'll do I'll do a chest and biceps or back and triceps. I'll usually do some biceps first, then do chest, or I'll do some triceps first and then do chest. I'll do a leg day. So I kind of break it up like that. I don't do a set shoulder day. It's generally a pushing day or a pulling day and then a lower body day. I don't separate my lower body days. I used to. I've done it in the past. Sometimes it usually just depends on what I'm doing for legs. It's either a mobility focused day or it's more of a strength day. So I don't squat every time I do legs. Sometimes it might just be Jefferson curls, Nordic curls. Maybe I'll do some kettlebell swings, but I usually pick maybe 1, 2, or 3 exercises. Then I'll hit that for legs. So I'll do like some mobility and then warm up, and then sometimes more of a compound day where I'll do some heavier, or I'll do some squatting. And then other times it'll be more of a mobility focused, because if you're doing mobility training properly, it's going to be challenging. Mobility training is challenging, and you should be training it like any other kind of strength training workout. You just might not be going as heavy, but it's important to build that base, and it's really effective for building overall strength and mitigating injury. So I usually train, for the most part, I do upper, lower, dependent, but the upper changes. I don't do like total upper. But yesterday, for example, I did chest and back, but I'm training more frequently with less volume. And so I don't do like a chest day or a back day or, quad dominant legs. I usually get a little bit of mix of both. But I don't do a ton of different exercises whenever I train now. I usually pick, like, if I'm doing chest, I'll probably pick 2 exercises and just go all out on those 2. I don't do like a lot of different exercises. I think a lot of people do too much variety and they don't put enough energy into what they're doing. They do a lot of junk volume or just too many different things. They're distracted. So I train more frequently, and then I can mix it up more often. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll find a certain exercise or something that really I like to target. And then when I'm doing chest, I'll do those exercises for a while. So I'll do, maybe I'll do flat bench for a while, or dumbbells, or I'll use my Cadillac bar for a while. Or then I'll do, maybe there'll be a period where I do a ton of just like heavier chest dips or ring dips. I'll get into like one thing and then just kind of master that and really get some benefits and some new stress, but I'll focus it on a couple specific things. So I've done chest and back in the past. Yesterday I did some chest and back, but it's just a lot of larger muscle groups, and it's a lot more to overload those areas with a session like that. But I generally don't do set arm days anymore. I think it's more important for me, and I feel better overall putting more effort into those just macro movements and keeping the volume specific, keeping the intensity high, and training more frequently. So it fluctuates. A little bit, but something like that. It's usually like a 3 or 4 day cycle. Tyler, are you getting the same overload with free weights versus machines? No, depends on the machine. Depends on what the angle, depends on the biomechanics of the machine. You might be getting better overload with a machine versus a free weight. Depends on what you're doing. Both have benefits, and some machines suck. Some machines are fucking awesome. Some machines there are machines that are made now that are so fucking good. They're so good that your body doesn't know what you're doing. Your body doesn't know if you're using a hammer strength machine or it's using a band or a cable. Your body's just reacting to what kind of stress. Of course, a band or chains, the stress throughout the contraction is going to be different. So it might cause different stress, but your body doesn't know or care. It's just your body's reacting to whatever stress you're putting on it. So you can make tons of gains using machines, but at the same time, you can make the argument that if you're only doing machines, then you're missing out on some stabilization, you're missing out on coordination, you're missing out on just real world functional ability. But at the same time, because you're taking out some of the stabilization requirements, some machines can actually help you improve your strength output. So if you have access to certain machines, like I would do it. For example, a belt squat's technically a machine. Belt squat's a machine, or a cable. Like if I'm doing push downs, is that free weight? No, it's a pulley. Is it bad? Is it good? You can hit different angles with a pulley, for example, than you can with a standard easy curl bar. So an easy curl bar, it's more limited because the gravity is just going straight up and down. So the way you're pressing and the way you're controlling the weight might put pressure on your elbow or feel uncomfortable in order for you to put the stress on the muscles maximally. But if you have a cable, you can change the angle from where you pull or how you pull, but the weight stack is still going up and down. So you can create different types of angles of stress with a cable or with a machine, for example. Holy shit. Oscar Morrill, Papa Swolio, my niece uses Pepto-Bismol on a regular basis. Jesus Christ. I'm not the parent in this situation, but this can't be normal, right? No, it's not fucking normal. No, it's not normal. That's disgusting. that's because your niece is probably eating like garbage. No, it's not normal, and it's definitely not good for you. That's a big problem. Ooh, Anna, what's your favorite yoga? Yin, Ashtanga, power yoga? Hashtag fuck your resolutions. Don't have one. It depends on the situation. Yin's great. Ashtanga's great. I guess I would say I'm just not a huge fan of power yoga, but I mean, I do love vinyasa and things like that. Yeah, I've never been a real fan of those like power classes where it's pretty much like tons of push-ups and isometric holds, and I do enough strength training. I don't need to like do power yoga. Power yoga has always been, in my opinion, a detriment when you're doing strength training. It depends on what you're trying to do, but you just need to make sure that you are recovering enough, because power yoga is like a full workout. And it's like anything else. If you go to a yoga studio and they're doing power yoga, a lot of times it's just to make you feel like you got hit by a fucking truck when you leave. Like, oh my God, it's such a hard workout. Doesn't mean that it's optimal. I like using yoga for more an active recovery and, slower, more controlled movements. If I want power and I want strength, like I'll fucking do squats or deadlifts, or I'll do snatches with a kettlebell. Like I don't need power in my yoga. But it's good to expose yourself. You might really love it. Depends on what your programming's like. T-Bod, I love McDonald's, but I still go to the gym. Oof. If you knew what was in that shit, you probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't. Gross. Come on, bro. Danny, Papa Swole, I can't do pull-ups due to shoulder issues. Are inverted rows a good replacement? What kind of pull-up are you trying to do? You can also, by the way, have you ever seen those Angles 90 grips? They can wrap over a bar and you kind of slip your hands through it. It's like a little peg that you can hold, or you get other straps so you can hang from a bar. You might like a neutral grip. Can you do a neutral grip? Have you done dead hangs? Like, it's a great thing that you can bring to a gym because it might bother you if you have your arms out to the side. I personally don't like doing pull-ups like that. I do pull-ups with rings. So rings can be good too, but dead hangs are great. I don't know what your shoulder issues are, but inverted rows are a good replacement. It's better than other things. Doing a TRX or using rings, inverted rows can be beneficial, but at the same time, you're changing the angle. But if you're doing inverted rows, you can definitely hit a little bit more lats than if you're doing like ring pull-ups. Your hands will rotate, your biceps will rotate. It's definitely more biceps and it's more lat oriented than if you're doing a bar. A bar pull-up, it doesn't hit the lats as much as people think it does. It hits more teres major. The angle isn't ideal for lats. The lats will contract more from when you're kind of pulling a little bit more from the front. Good question. Let's take another call from, we'll wrap this up. We'll get into some balls deep. But let's take another call from, let's take one from Albert. Albert, you are on the Daily Swole.
Why aren't you not in the fucking gym?
Albert, how dare you?
Go fuck yourself.
I am on the Daily Swole. I am making sure that you go to the fucking gym. How dare you, Albert?
How dare you?
The audacity. God damn it. Fuck that guy. All right, let's take, we got Clark on the line. Maybe Clark's going to be a lot nicer than Albert.
Why the fuck have you not gone to the gym today?
What the fuck is going on, man? What's your problem, Clark? Jesus Christ. This is getting out of control.
I don't believe you people. What do you mean, you people?
You fucking sons of bitches. I'm on the Mancast. Why the fuck am I not in the gym? Goddamn. Albert and Clark can suck both my dicks. All right. Okay. Let's see. Tobias. My friend used to see his son on a Saturday only. He used to take him to McDonald's. If he had nuggets, he was fine. Whenever he had a burger, his son would go mental. Yeah, it sounds like a drug addict. Especially when kids, when you take away candy or they have candy and they don't, you take it away, or they're, a lot of kids freak out as if they're going through withdrawal when you take away some of these garbage foods. It's interesting though. Base Bunny, stretching on a foam roller parallel to my spine Realized it was hard to raise arms straight overhead, probably from years of boxing and more years of working on PCS. What? Best yoga moves to fix it. Parallel to my spine. On your spine? I mean, if you're stretching, you know, you're also putting pressure on muscles. So your scapula might not be able to move. I can't picture what position you actually mean. If it's on your spine or it's parallel to your spine, best yoga moves to fix it. I would recommend dead hangs. I would recommend scapular depressions. I would also recommend doing floor cobras. I would recommend doing the banded prone press, or prone presses are also great. Those things are excellent. You know, strengthening your rhomboids, your posterior rotator cuff, getting full range of motion. Super important. Hopefully that helps. I'm trying to picture exactly what you mean. Parallel or on your spine. Heidi, yeah, LOL, you have 2 dicks? Yes, I do. I do.
Because dickers?
Yeah. Fucking insane. Intense, isn't it? All right, can we get a call that doesn't suck? Coach Daddy Craig. I swear to God, if you're telling me to go to the fucking gym, I'm gonna freak out.
Hey, Pop Swole, Coach Daddy Craig here. Shouting out all the way from Canada. I just wanted to say how much of a daily inspiration you are to not only myself, but to many of my followers, many other Canadians. I think what you do is great, whether it be the podcast, the online content, the 7 pillars, the free ebooks. All of it is fucking fantastic.
Thanks, dude.
Keep banging our ear holes. Keep giving us just a tip or go on balls deep. Doesn't fucking matter. But at the end of the day, what you do is fucking amazing. The only thing I would ask is that one day we unite for a massive fucking pump, whether it be with those crazy ass wooden clubs or some reverse sled. Doesn't matter. Anyways, thanks a lot. You've been great.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's a great call. Ah, nice Canadian, eh? Blame Canada. I take it back. We take it back. We take it back. Thank you. Canadians are so kind. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you plugging in. You know what? It's not just banging your ear holes. I appreciate you allowing your ear holes to be banged. You know, I mean, you have to open up. You have to open up those holes to allow me in. And when you do, obviously it might be uncomfortable at first, but once you get stretched out, it's an adaptation that it will last you a lifetime. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call. Thank you so much for the call. Thanks for being a part of all this. It means a lot. And I appreciate you not being like Albert. And was that another Craig that said that before? Or, you know, these other jabronis that were leaving chode calls. All right. No chode calls. I appreciate that. Yelling at me to go to the fucking gym. How dare you? How dare you? God fucking damn it. All right. We are about ready to move right along. Let's see. Oh, Anna, Papa Swole, I'm on preheat, but I can't do pull-ups at all, nor I have a bar as I work at home. What can I substitute with them? There's an exercise I can't really explain. You could do pull-ups. You could do that stuff like between a chair. If you get a TRX or you have rings, you can clip them in a door and do. I don't know if you're able to. I know you have a home, you work out at home, but it's like you can get a bar that goes in your door frame for like $25. That's a possibility. But they have attachments for rings and for TRX and stuff that you can close inside the top of a door and do inverted rows that way. But you can do dumbbell, you could do band rows. You can mimic that angle, just pulling from more high, leaning forward and doing a pull down that way. You could drag a kettlebell and do that kind of lat movement if you're on your hands and knees, and you can drag a kettlebell, but it kind of needs to be pretty heavy. I'm not sure what tools you have available. So working out at home doesn't really give me enough information, Anna, because I work out from home too. But it just depends on what equipment you do have. So any other additional input. I kind of want to take another call, but I mean, tomorrow is Ask Papa Swole Live. I kind of want to end on that call because that was a really nice call. I don't know. We'll start with, we'll take more calls tomorrow. Let's get a little Tainty Man in there. Let's get a little Tainty Man, by the way. There's the Tainty Man, the Tainty Cam. You're not getting full-blown taint, but he is sleepy. He is sleepy, and maybe he's exhausted from showing everyone his taint all week. So there's that, too. Love you, Tainty Boy. Love you, Sexy Beesh. You sexy Beesh. All right, let's move into some balls deep. We could be here all day with questions, which I do appreciate. So tomorrow, ask Papa Swole live. We'll take one more at the buzzer. Alina Petrova. Papa Swole, opinions on sparkling water, like with no additives, just plain ass carbonated water. I mean, I guess it depends on how you feel. If you feel, oh, everything just got choppy for a second. We getting chopped up? Might have to cut the stream and restart it for a second. Why does that get choppy all of a sudden? Let me close out a couple windows. I wonder if that's my computer. Interesting. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why we got choppy. I might restart the stream for a second just to make sure that we don't get this when we're going to the balls deep section. I don't drink sparkling water. It might bloat you. I mean, if there's nothing additional in there, you're probably fine. It's probably not going to cause you any problems, but I just be mindful. I mean, I don't think there's really any issues with that. I'm not aware, unless it causes any kind of like gut distress. I would just be careful with that. Is it choppy a little bit? It's a little choppy. All right. I think it's choppy on my end. I don't know why. All right, let's cut this off. I'm going to restream. I'm going to start it back up in a second. I'm just going to exit out, see if maybe there's something I can reset on my end, and then the audio will splice together. So we'll restart in just a second, so stay tuned. It'll kick back up,